Hi there and welcome to today's daily devotion, which is called He Was Seen and is taken from 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verses 5 to 9. It has been said that the resurrection of Christ is the best proven fact in history, that there is more documentary evidence for the resurrection of Christ than for the conquest of Britain by Julius Caesar. Something must have happened. There on Calvary's Hill, a man died on a Roman cross amid the mocking of rulers and rabbis alike. He was alone, rejected by men and abandoned by God. But look now. That very same man who was murdered, mocked and maligned is now worshipped by millions. Inside of 50 years, there was a church devoted to his worship in every major city of the Roman Empire. Something must have happened in between. Something did. He arose from the dead. The man who hung upon that Roman cross rose in splendour from the tomb. I have the keys, he says, of hell and of death, Revelation 1:18. He was seen, says Paul. Then he brings to our attention a body of competent and reliable eyewitnesses to that awesome event. Witnesses whose testimony would stand up in any court of law in the civilized world. First, he was seen by his friends, by Peter and the other disciples. Consider Peter, for instance. Something must have happened to make that coward brave. One day we see him cringing before a housemaid and denying with oaths and curses that he even knew the Lord. A month and a half later, he's seen preaching Christ boldly in Jerusalem, charging the Jews with the murder of their Messiah. What happened? He met the risen Christ. He was seen of the 12, Paul adds, referring to the Lord's disciples. They all saw him together on more than one occasion. On one such occasion, doubting Thomas changed his mind forever and owned the risen Christ as Lord and God. Then too, he was seen by the faithful. Paul mentions that he was seen by more than 500 people at one time, most of whom Paul knew to still be alive when he wrote. Moreover, he was seen by his family, in particular by his skeptical and tough-minded brother James. James had not believed the Lord's claims during his life, but he believed in them after he saw him alive from the dead. James became a well-known figure in Jerusalem, on cordial terms with leading Jews and the acknowledged leader of the Jewish Christian community. The book he wrote testifies to James's total commitment to Christ. He was given undeniable personal proof that Jesus was alive. That is what transformed him. The risen Christ was seen by his followers. He was seen of all the apostles, says Paul. Indeed, one essential requirement to be an apostle was that the person had to have seen the risen Christ. Finally, he was seen by his foe. Last of all, he was seen of me, said Paul. Paul had once been the bitterest enemy of both Christ and the church. He was converted on the Damascus Road while actively involved in an enterprise to persecute believers in Christ. There he came face to face with the risen Lord and was instantly transformed. He became the greatest of all the apostles of the Christian church. So many people met Jesus after he rose again. I guess the big question is, have you? God bless you today. See you tomorrow for another devotion.